HP Sprocket. It's the 200 version, and this is the front, so you can see Sprocket, and this is where the photographs come out, and this is the light. When my Sprocket gets turned on, the light goes colour changing, and then it stays on that colour until it's printing or out of paper or needing charging. So the Sprocket is now printing, so you can see that the light's changing colour and flashing, and that's the photograph coming out. And then on the other side, so zinc are the papers that you use to print your photographs on, and then this is a light that indicates charging and when it's on and things like that, a bit like that light. That's the charging port and the on-off switch. And the only problem I would say with the Sprocket is that for me, I find this on-off switch quite difficult to operate because it's so blended into the machine. So at the moment the papers need refilling, so if I just turn it on, that's what it does. And when the papers need refilling, it'll flash red to say that the papers have run out. So it's just a magnetic lid, so it's really easy to take on and off. And then these are the papers, so you can see zinc here, and you can only use zinc papers, and they're not too expensive actually, which is quite a bonus. And what I do is I buy a pack of 100 photo papers, and each pack contains 10 photo papers, and you load it with the shiny side up, and then this is a print quality card, so each pack has a unique barcoded print quality card. So what I do is I load it up and then put the lid on, and then it will print that print quality card, and then inside my case for my Sprocket, that's the print quality card, the last lot of papers, so I'll get rid of that, and once the print quality card has printed, I will just put it inside my case. So that's the print quality card, and I will keep that, and sometimes what I do is I will reload it into the Sprocket just to update the print quality. That's the Sprocket basically. So this is the HP Sprocket app. And it opens up your photo library. So the photo I'm going to edit is this one of my guinea pig flop. So to edit the photograph, you press the tick, and then the first thing I'm going to do is make it landscape. I'm going to keep that feature. So now I'm just going to show you some of the many different features. So this one touches up the photograph. This one is adjusting, such as the brightness and contrast and tint. This one is applying different filters. So you can have like black and white and things like that. So these two are frames. So this one is just ones that go around the edges. Then this one is more frames, so if you had a landscape photograph you could make it look like a Polaroid. And then there's some more fun ones, such as this one. I'll just kind of scroll through them. So these are some of the frames that you can add to your photograph. And then this one is the one I love the most, and it's stickers. So there's loads of stickers that you can choose from. So this one is about kind of like summer and seasons, baby ones. Then this one is for holidays. This one's for celebrations. Then this one I use quite a lot for my photo journaling. So you've got days of the weeks and the months, and then some quotes, like for example that one says make it happen. And then there's some white days of the week and months, and with the white stickers you can change the colour of them. So I'll go through some of the other stickers that are on here. This one is like a photo booth. Then there's animals, so there's some like watercolour effect animals, and then some white outline animals, which again you can change the colour of. Then this one is about food, so there's some colour ones as well as some black and white. More animals, and it just adds some like jazziness to your photographs. Then this one is kind of like banners and borders. And this one is weather and flowers and plants and things like that, because I use that rainbow one quite a bit as well. And this one's sports. And then this one's a bit of a random one because it's got things to do with illness, and then there's just like a random envelope one. So that's all the stickers. So then you can also add text. So you can write something in there, such as, I'm going to put flop, then press the tick, and then there's all sorts of different fonts that you can go for. These are the different fonts that are available. I'm just going to go for that one and press tick, and then you can change the colour of the text. So I'm just going to go for this blue colour. And then you can add a background colour to the text. So I'm just going to go for white. And then again you can adjust the size and the angle. So I'm quite happy with that text. I think I might add a heart sticker, so I'm just going to go back. So I'm just going to add that one. Then I'm just going to make it quite small, and then add it there. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to just tick, and then here you can doodle on the photograph as well as blur. I've not actually used that one very often. And then
the final one you've already seen, where you can adjust and rotate the photograph. So once you're happy with the photograph, you can go ahead and press this print icon, and you can select how many copies you want. So I'm just going to view the print queue. So at the moment it's not connected to my Sprocket, so this displays the app queue. Once it is connected to my Sprocket, it tells me the battery level of my Sprocket. If you don't want to keep a photograph, you can just swipe across and it deletes. You can pause the printing, and this one you can take photographs of something to edit, so you don't necessarily have to take something from your photo library, and this takes you back to your photo library. So that's the HP Sprocket app. It's a brilliant addition to having the Sprocket itself, and it's really good for photo journaling.
So this is my photo journal. It's a Rudyard board, if I'm pronouncing that right, journal, and it has these beautiful illustrated pages. So each page has an illustration, so I'll just show you some of the illustrated pages. Go back to my latest. This was yesterday. So these are the photographs that are sticky back, so you just peel the back off and then stick them in my journal, which makes it so much easier because I don't have to glue them in. And then, like I showed you earlier in the video, these are like the stickers and bits and bobs that you can add on the app, and I've just brightened up the photograph because it was a bit dull as well, so I adjusted the photograph and then added these stickers, and you can change the colours like I showed you on the app. So some days, if I don't have much to write, if I'm having a bit of a bad day, I'll just write a quote. Other days I will kind of write like a little bit, sometimes write different things. And it's nice just to look back on, like, that's Kevin, our garden squirrel, who had got on the bird feed. And then, so yeah, this is like more editing on the Sprocket app. And then these are stickers for frames, and they just add something a bit different. And then this, I use photo collage to sometimes edit some of my photographs. So like this one I've done on photo collage and added text and photographs and stickers, so I can either use the Sprocket or photo collage. Some days I just write a little bit, some days I write a little bit more. I do love playing around with the Sprocket app. This is another one where I've added a photo frame sticker. So yeah, again, this one's photo collage where I've just put the two photographs together, and then I've done that again, because sometimes if I've not been well, I need to like catch up on photographs or I miss days. I try as hard as I can to share a photograph every single day. Some days I end up doing 2 photographs, so like I could do my nails that day, and then this one's about Winston trying to nick the banana skin that Dad gave him to sniff. So I use the sticker that says every picture tells a story, and then I've just written the story there, and it's just so nice to look back on, and like it just is nice to reflect on my life and look at the photographs, and it's just a little like memoir for things. Some days it's just really simple photographs, like something that I've finished colouring in. Other days it's something that's kind of like a bit more special, like my birthday and time with family. But yeah, it's just so lovely to be able to just have something that's a memory keeper. So yeah, that's my photo journal, and I'm looking forward to finishing it and getting another one of these modular board. I think the next one that I want to get is the one that's got like plants and succulents on it, but this time I went for the floral one, and this is my first one. So yeah, it's just the reason why I started it was just a suggestion from one of my friends who has a Sprocket, who keeps a photo journal, and I just thought it was such a nice idea that I decided to start one myself.